Let's talk about all the different precipitation types we can see this weekend and the reason why we're not just going to see snow. Because yes, at the surface, temperatures will be well below freezing, but we are tracking some milder air that's going to try to sneak in high above our heads, and that's what's going to give us things like sleet and freezing rain. So everything starts as frozen precipitation high up in the clouds. It starts as ice and snow. In the case of snow, it falls through a column of air that's below freezing, so it reaches us here at the surface as snow. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got rain. In that case, it falls through a column of air that's above freezing. So it melts, it stays rain, and it reaches us as rain. Now let's talk about sleet. In that case, what happens is it starts as snow, it starts as frozen precipitation, but it passes through this column of air that's above freezing, so it manages to melt, but then it falls through another column of air that's decent in size, and that's below freezing. So it gives it a chance to refreeze, and that's what reaches us as the little sleet pellets, the ones you can actually hear as they hit your windshield and hit the ground. And then last but not least, freezing rain. I think this is the scariest one, because what happens is it starts as frozen precipitation, but it falls through a chunk of air that's above freezing, so it melts, it becomes rain, and then it freezes back up upon hitting the surface, because the layer of air that's below freezing is really close to the surface. So I like to think of this in terms of food. Why not donuts? In the case of freezing rain, it's similar to a glazed donut because it's really tough to see. It kind of looks like rain, but it's really icy once it hits the ground. In the case of sleet, it's kind of like the sprinkles on a donut. Honestly, my favorite kind, because it bounces like sprinkles. And then for snow, that's like a powdered sugar donut, just giving us kind of that nice white coating. So once again, this weekend, we are tracking some differences high up in the atmosphere. At the surface, yeah, we're going to stay below freezing. We're going to stay in the teens and the 20s, but higher above our heads, there's going to be some milder air that's going to try to sneak in, and that's what's going to give us the freezing rain and the sleet.